So we got some more Superman Silver Age dailies, and today's story is Superman's Return to Krypton, which ran from August 15th, 1960 to November 12th, 1960. It was written by Jerry Siegel with art by Kurt Swan and Stan Kaye. It's an adaptation from a story, the same name, from Superman number 141, published in November 1960, also written by Jerry Siegel with art by Wayne Boring and Stan Kaye. And it's almost word for word the same. Very, very similar. So let's get started. One afternoon outside Metropolis Observatory. There's Superman now on patrol. It's Professor Gale, the famous astronomer. I'd better find out why he's waving so excitedly. Soon inside the laboratory. I won't even attempt to describe it. Look into the eyepiece and see for yourself. Not necessary. I'll use my own telescopic vision. Great Scott! That thing in outer space, what in tarnation is it? My telescopic vision sees it, but I can hardly believe it. What Superman's astounding vision has sighted, streaking towards Earth through outer space. It seems to be alive and as big as a planet. Is it going to attack Earth? I don't know, but I sure intend to find out. So this creature actually, in the comic book looked completely different. It was the same size, but I think it looks better here. It looked kind of silly in the comic book. Up from Earth flashes the Man of Steel, a gigantic creature astounding beyond all belief, streaking towards Earth. On he flies beyond our solar system. It's dead ahead. It's sighted me. And now it's reversed its flight. It's fleeing, but I won't let it get away without learning if it's a creature that may someday return to menace Earth. I'm closing the gap between myself and that huge, amazing space creature. Uh-oh, it just put on a tremendous burst of speed. Two could play at that game. I'll fly faster, too. I'll really turn on the super speed. Suddenly, Superman disappears. Oh no, I flew too fast. My super speed increased so tremendously that it is catapulting me through the time barrier. There, I've escaped the time barrier. But what's this? That planet and its red sun. I recognize them because of rebounding light rays I once overtook and studied. The planet is Krypton, the world where I was born. It blew up when I escaped to Earth. Down towards Krypton hurtles the Man of Steel. I've accidentally returned to a period in the past through the time barrier when the planet Krypton still existed. Because of that red sun, I must alight immediately, or I'm doomed. A fraction of an instant later, I made it, and barely in time, but in another split second, I'll lose all my superpowers. According to my calculations, I should have lost my superpowers by now. I'll find out by trying to crush this rock in my bare fist. I think picking up the rock would be evidence enough. But as Superman squeezes with all his might, no can do. I'm an ordinary Kryptonian again. Many years ago, when my parents, Jor-El and Lara, launched me towards Earth in an experimental rocket ship, seconds before Krypton exploded, I had no superpowers at all. What gave me superpowers on Earth was Earth's lesser gravity, because of that planet's smaller size, plus another factor. Unlike Krypton's red sun, yellow solar system, Earth's solar system has a yellow sun. Only yellow stars emanate super energy rays, which give superpowers to people born in other solar systems. Here on Krypton, I am super no longer. Since I can't fly away under my own power, I'm trapped here on Krypton until I perish when this world explodes. Space travel hasn't yet been perfected on this world. I escaped as the child Kal-El in an experimental model rocket. How ironic. I survived the destruction of Krypton as a child, and now may die as an adult in that same explosion. Trapped on Krypton without superpowers, I'll perish when it explodes, unless I can discover some way to escape. A spaceship. But how is that possible, when spaceships did not exist on Krypton before its destruction? But how can spaceships possibly be on Krypton, when I know they never existed here? You! A voice speaks in Kryptonese, the Kryptonian language Superman long ago mastered through his memory power of total recall. File into that fake spaceship with the other movie extras, wearing strange space costumes. Yes, a Kryptonian motion picture crew shooting a science fiction film. I've been mistaken for an extra because of my costume. What a stroke of luck. It will give me a chance to earn a living on this world. That girl beside the director is hauntingly beautiful. Am I imagining it? Or is she really staring at me? Don't be nervous, actors. Though this spaceship is a phony and can't really fly higher than any normal airship, you'll be perfectly safe. But as the spaceship flies aloft, the rockets are failing, and the pilot has passed out. We'll crash. Something has gone wrong with the make-believe spaceship's rockets. It's falling. The actors inside the ship will be killed. The pilot fainted. In the old days when I had superpowers, I'd have done something more spectacular than merely switch on the emergency rockets. He's reviving. Huh? Get away. I'll take over now. Thank goodness. The ship pulled out of its fall. It's going to land safely. Soon. She's so lovely, it's unbelievable. We're temporarily halting shooting on the space explorers until we can borrow a fire-breathing space creature from the Kryptonian Zoo. For an important sequence in the story, meanwhile, I've got an interesting proposition to offer you men. What proposition? Each of you actors who promises to wear your space uniform wherever you go during the next few weeks as a publicity stunt for our movie will get a big bonus in advance, but you'll have to return for the completion of the filming. Count me in. Presently on a mobile Kryptonian street. How strange. Actually, these people died many years ago, yet because I'm back in the past, they're alive. This bustling crowd, to me, they seem like living ghosts. This city, its people, in fact, the entire world, all perished. They're only alive again to me because I crashed the time barrier into the past. It's like a mad, fantastic dream, but it's real. Real! Attention, newsflash. Newsflash. Here we see famed scientist Jor-El and his bride-to-be Lara entering the palace of marriage. Soon they will be man and wife. Great Scott, the young couple on the telescreen. They're my parents. Take me to the palace of marriage, and hurry. So, you're advertising a space movie, eh? I was wondering why you were wearing that strange clothing. I wish he'd stop chattering. I last saw my mother and father when I was a child. Strange that we'll meet again before I was born. How strange. I still can hardly believe that through a freak of time travel, I'll soon witness the marriage of my own parents. Amazing how strongly you resemble that statue. Coincidence, eh? Coincidence nothing. He's my grandfather. Obviously, it's an old Kryptonian custom for statues of the ancestors of both bride and groom to adorn weddings. Here come Jor-El and Lara now. It's my Kryptonian mother and father about to be married. What an attractive couple they make. I'd like to tell them I'm their grown son, but not now. I'll speak to them after the ceremony. And do you promise to love each other as long as you shall live? We do. Oh, neither they nor anyone else in this world has long to live. Like all Kryptonian married couples, my mother and father are donning marriage bracelets of a color variation all their own, which no other couple is allowed to duplicate. You are now man and wife after the ceremony. If I tell them I'm their son, I'll have to admit they're doomed to die. I can't do that to them. I love them too much. So we'll find out what happens with Superman on Krypton.